Good morning, Sun Upon 7 family. It's so good to join you in our happy new year of Sun Upon 7. And we hope that, this second year of it just comes with an amazing sense of goodness and growth and all the goodness that we have prepared for you. It's Wellness Wednesday, and you know how we do it today. So right now we're going to be having a conversation on supplements. And there's quite an amount of supplements that we have here that I have no idea what they're for. And this is absolutely beautiful because we're going to be learning together about what are supplements, what are they used for, and how can they contribute to your overall well-being when it comes to, just getting better. Yeah. So let's get going with that conversation. So joining us today, we have Director of Educogym, Mr. Albert Garcia. I absolutely love the fact that you took the time to come all the way from Belmopan to give us this very, very informative episode here on our show. How are you doing today, Mr. Garcia?
I am excellent. Thank you guys for having me. As you said, it's definitely a different conversation, one that doesn't usually happen. So I guess to really get into that, it's to understand first off, because I am the director of Educogym, but Educogym also operates with Educo Health.
Okay.
So as you know, we operate looking at a holistic approach to fitness. So it really encompasses everything. It's not just about going to the gym and exercising. It's also looking after your mental health, after your nutritional health, and you find that supplements play a huge part in that. And this is something I think people don't realize.
Yeah.
So the word supplement really does exactly what it says. It supplements what's happening in your meal. Because what you find, especially current day, is that we're not getting everything we need in our food.
Right. So it's complementary to
Yeah.
what we eat.
So it's not replacing a meal, though.
We do have things that can replace a meal, but we do also have things that can supplement and add in what you would be missing from your meal.
I love it. So we're totally demystifying supplements right now, which is absolutely good.
Because I think some people, they're like, oh, we replace a meal, or do we just, they're not understanding you add it. So I guess you have to actually have that conversation and understand what you're really taking in and what works for you as well. Because I'm sure there's a conversation on what supplements better for you, depending on, because we're looking at the gym too as well. When people are working out, there's certain supplements that supposed to help you.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So in that realm, you're saying supplements really add, because in a day-to-day basis, we don't get everything we need when we're eating. Like, I'm sure no one gets all the nutrition in the way they're supposed to, especially if you're going to gym, you're putting a lot out your drain. You need something to help to build back yourself.
Definitely.
So when people go to the gym for different reasons, some people go to lose weight, some people go to build body muscle. There are different supplements for these things?
There are, but it's also looking that it's not only that people who go to the gym, it's for the everyday person. Now, you do have typical supplements that people use in the gym, but it doesn't mean, in terms of what we sell, these are all things that can be used if you're exercising or if you're not exercising. Because, again, our focus is looking after your health. Not just about getting into the shape aspect of it, but people typically say, well, I want to get to the gym, get a bit healthier, get into some shape. But it's more looking after your day-to-day health and understanding how, with the right supplementation, you find this creates a massive impact on how you live, your level of focus, and even you'd find your mood and your happiness. Because there are different things that happens to us as we age. And looking at the society that we're in right now, things have changed drastically from in the past to what we consume now. So what I find that happens typically is, well, not even typically, it's all the time, is that health has become a huge topic nowadays.
Oh, definitely.
Weight loss has become a huge thing. But even though it's become a huge thing, we find that people are still getting basically fatter and fatter or more obese. And that is, from our perspective, we believe that's because we have missed that fundamental approach. And it needs to be something that we look at from a long-term perspective. Not just coming in, a quick fix and then we move on.
Yeah.
So what we usually find is that people, of course, you're going to look, you look at Instagram or social media now and they see, this person's doing this and they're doing that. You get a bit of motivation, and the typical thing that happens is some level of calorie restriction type diets, which research has shown is not sustainable. So you find that you do this for a time period. Eventually, of course, the motivation runs out. A few people...
You miss the stuff that you were taking out of your diet.
A few people you find tend to be able to sustain it, but most people don't. And that's because we really have to get back to the fundamentals of it. With these type of meal plans, especially when you're restricting things, you start to put gaps in your diet. Like the simplest way, when it comes to calorie restriction, what we focus on with Educogym, Educo Health, it's not calorie restriction. It's looking at what type of foods you're having. Because the way I explain it to people, especially in Belize, simple as this. We can't put, if you're a vehicle, you can't put $10 gas in a vehicle until it got a PG.
No,
You'll break
definitely.
down.
Yeah.
Now, what you find happens is that all the time in calorie restriction is that people eat less then work harder. So what you find it has is this negative effect because most programs don't factor in protein in the system and the fact that your body needs that. So what you find happens is the person loses the weight. Much of it is actually their muscle tissue, and then there's continuously this rebound effect that happens.
Definitely. So like, I mean, what I would know is that there's definitely like, you're supposed to be having like calorie and protein intake for you to be able to have
Yeah.
muscle, right?
Yeah.
Because muscles are made out of protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question, Albert, is at what point do we introduce supplements in our lives, and how do we go about introducing it? Because you mentioned it's not just for the folks that are going to the gym,
Yep.
but it could be something for our average
So
folks.
Kevin wants
that
to go and
do-
introduce supplements
Yeah.
now.
So
How would he go?
at what point and what exactly? Because you right here, you have
A range of
a
supplements.
range of supplements that
I know.
honestly, cell Rejuvenation, Radiant C.
Yeah.
I have no idea what all of
I
these.
didn't know we
So
need cell
at what point?
rejuvenation,
At
but
what
it
point
looks
would you
nice.
introduce them, and
Yeah.
and how would you, let's say, make like a cocktail that would complement
Yep.
our lifestyle?
Well, what we do in the gym is we look at a consultation process. So we look at
Okay.
doing a nutritional assessment. Based on conversations, you can listen and find out exactly what's happening with the person. Like there's general supplements that will benefit you regardless of what's happening. For example, there's Amino Energize. This is a weight loss pack here, this specific one. What this does is it helps you to strip fat during the day and the nighttime. So you can strip fat while you're sleeping.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be fun.
And it's just really...
That would be fun. I'm sleeping and the fat's going like get away
Yeah.
fat. Like I feel like when you sleep, the fat comes.
Yeah.
So
it's like an
No,
exercise.
it is.
you do when you go to sleep and the body doesn't. So that is something, but that would also be in a consultation. You're talking about what you need and seeing
Yeah.
if that you qualify for that supplement, right? In a way.
In general, for this, if you're looking to strip fat, definitely. It's going to help no matter what.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And what's in there as well is what they call an amino energize, which is free-form amino acids, what we would call essential amino acids. So you find that data shows about 95 to about 99% of people actually are malnourished because we don't get complete proteins in on a day-to-day basis. Why? Because we have to cook our foods. And when you cook it at a high heat, it denatures what they have in there, which would be essential proteins. So you're not getting everything you need, and sometimes this can affect your energy, even your focus, and also even fat gain. So what that does is it actually helps to complete the protein in your foods, but also it works on its own. Apart from that, what's in there is what we would call amino ore, which is L-ornithine. Now what this does, it helps you to, well, look younger,
We love that.
strip fat while you're sleeping. Apart from that, it helps to get rid of cellulite. You find that it has this impact on the skin, your hair, your nails, even your eyesight. But what it's really doing is it's just bringing your body back to its natural state, whereby as you age, if you notice, and well, you're still a bit young. You guys are still a bit young, but as you age, if you notice, you start to eat the same things and you're continuously doing this, but you're picking up weight all of a sudden, even though eating doesn't really change. And that has to do with your growth hormone levels that decrease as you age as well. So you find from 25 upwards, that changes everything. So like with just that, it does so much for the person.
This would be something you don't have to work out with because
You don't have to, it works.
I know people that think I'm like, this song's so great, Albert,
Yeah.
but you want me to work out with this thing too?
No, you can use, all our supplements can be used if you exercise or not, and they're all tested and studied. So this has shown to work with or without exercise. So it's just up to you. Of course, if you're exercising, there's an additional benefit. You
Yeah, that's
find
gonna
that
help,
it's going to improve a lot more, but it does
your
work.
blood, all these different things that are
Yeah.
important for your body in general.
Definitely.
And so,
Yeah. I'm not, I'm thinking if it would be safe or okay to like use a synonym, I don't know, vitamins to describe
Yeah.
supplements, because that's what I'm thinking. Now, like people would pop like vitamins
Yep.
as a way to complement their lifestyle and what
Yeah.
they're missing out. So can we safely say supplements can be like vitamins for people?
No.
No.
I love how you like, you're like, yeah. And then it's like, oh, no.
All right, so you have vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. So, for example, what you were talking about with the cell rejuvenation mix, that's what that is. That is a multivitamin. But it's one of the first, and from my knowledge and my understanding, you'd find the best quality multivitamin found in this part of the world.
Okay.
Because it's a multivitamin complete with not only vitamins and minerals, but also antioxidants. The reason they call it cell rejuvenation mix is it actually does that. It tends to rejuvenate your cell. It rejuvenates you on your cellular basis. So you find this now changes everything in terms of how you operate on a day-to-day basis.
And is that for women and men too as
Yeah,
well?
it's unisex.
Because I know they have specific ones in women and specific ones in men sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
And a specific age too. They have like
Oh, yes,
30
they have
plus,
all
50
those different
plus.
things that you have to go through when you're looking
so
for.
make sure you read the labels pretty well. Yeah. So Albert, I like the fact that you mentioned that in order for you to know what supplement you need to do, it's important to do like an assessment first, right? Because I've seen like a lot of folks like on social media that they would just go and grab a supplement because they want to gain muscle.
They think they know themselves.
Right. So like, it's like, can you like tell us like, for like the folk that wants to go ahead and do that, you mentioned doing an assessment.
What's the importance
Yeah.
behind doing an assessment and consultation?
It's extremely important because then it helps you to fill in the gaps for the person as opposed to them just taking something that they don't know if they need or not. Because one of the challenges that I've found and I see with the supplement market is that one, people, as you guys say, they don't know. And they don't understand that, guess what, this goes in conjunction with what you're eating as well, because most people like to look at this, I'll just pop a pill and that should fix all the coach. That's it. I don't worry about anything else. No, we're looking after everything. And that's the importance of doing that assessment. So you can look at your nutrition because that does tie into also how you feel on a day-to-day basis, how you operate, even how you think.
Very true.
Because it impacts your energy level and even what we would call brain fog, especially for Belizeans after lunch. They find
People say food's supposed to give you energy. For some reason, they take it away from you. Like you just get sleepy. The itis hits after.
and that would be the type of foods that you find
See?
having.
And so that, again, all of that will be in the consultation. You're going to be
Yes.
talking about the foods you're taking.
Yes.
Your health history from your family, what you should be putting in your body, what you shouldn't be putting in your body.
Yes.
I think that's, again, we like to think that we're own doctors
Yeah.
or own physicians or whatever it is, and we want to be able to predict what we need. And I think it's really important to talk to an expert, somebody that has studied, that somebody that understands the body a little bit more than you do, and then go from there.
Yes, definitely.
So what other things do we have here that people can be able to venture into?
Well, there's proteins one. If you notice, there's 3 different proteins. I'm not sure if it's clear. There's actually protein for kids.
Oh, really?
Because what you find is as you're growing, almost everything in the body requires protein, and this is something that is constantly not looked after. So even the bones for kids are made of protein, 2/3 of the bone. You need that protein in it, so you find it helps the child to grow and to actually operate a lot better. So they decided to make kids protein in chocolate form, so it's kind of like having
So
a
can
nice...
adults take the kids one?
well, there's the adult one over there.
Think that if but our
It's
one
in chocolate.
form.
Yeah,
Okay, just
yes.
to check.
So they do have it in chocolate.
I'm asking for a friend, Kev.
It's really, really good. What we found is that the quality, because what we sell, I should mention, is casein protein. What you typically find in Belize is whey-based protein, and even the casein that you might find, the quality isn't that great. So what we focus on is high-quality supplements that really create a long-term effect for the person, because like I explained earlier, we look after it as a long-term thing, not just a quick, oh, well, I want to do this now. So what you find with casein protein is that it works twice as well as whey. Based on the studies, you find that you get twice as strong, especially when it comes to fat loss, twice the amount of fat loss you would find with it. Now, one of the important things to note is we've been talking about the importance of protein and even looking after muscle a bit. This actually stops muscle loss from occurring. Whey protein does not do that.
Okay.
So you find it allows you to keep firm, also keeps your metabolic rate up just by using the supplement. So there's Proform, which is unisex, male or female, and then there's Profem. So that's more, as you were asking for.
Fem.
For the fame.
Yeah,
For the fem.
for the women.
But Albert, I want to ask something because I've heard a couple of my friends say this, and I want you to, cut out the whole misconception of taking a supplement and stop taking a supplement and then supposedly the weight or whatever it is that you were taking it for just happens now.
Yeah.
Because that's something I've heard a lot of times that, you know, I'm not going to stop taking it because of this, or when I stopped taking it, I felt like all the weight came back or whatever it is. Tell us a little bit about that idea, because people think it's like, now it's just a thing you have to take every single day because you started it.
That's the thing right there. In terms of even you gaining all that weight back, immediately that's telling me that what you're doing promoted some level of muscle loss. That's the only way you'd really gain that back to that extent. So it's not that if you stop taking a supplement. Now, I will explain that it's not every supplement works in the same way. It's not every supplement that is safe to take on its own, because there's a lot of these pre-workout things that people take that has really, at certain points, unstable levels of nitric oxide in them. So it's fine to take if you're exercising, but apart from that, no. So that's why I was explaining that what we're selling is to be used if you're training, or if not, it really doesn't matter.
It's good to make sure you know what you're taking in that realm.
Yeah.
Wow. I am learning a lot here. Like, I was completely naive about supplements. So like I said,
You always thought the supplements are just for gym, right? But
just
no,
for gym,
it's
but
good to know. You can take
there's
it.
like supplements for
Anyone.
more than one thing that
Kids
you
too
wanna
as well.
have in your system. So Albert, one of the things I'm also curious about is what would be like the average cost of supplements? I'm seeing bottles and I think they're expensive, you know.
It varies, to be honest. It all depends, because there's different prices for the different supplements. So it all depends on what the person is looking after. I'd say the average cost, depending, maybe around $100 or a bit more. It just depends. Well, that's based on all of them. Because, for example, down there's a Super U box. Now with that comes with everything in there that you need to look at a nice transformation in a month, even a meal plan. So if I would take this here and open it up.
Is it also faint? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of
Okay,
stuff.
that's loaded.
Yeah. So it comes with everything you need along with a Super U booklet. But really, it covers meal plan, a grocery list, everything to help you with the transformation in that time period, along with what these would be sachets. So I just brought this to give a quick demonstration, because food, especially eating healthy, tends to be a massive challenge from a lot of people that you talk to.
You don't have time sometimes, like you said, to create those amazing meal plans that the book's probably telling you to do.
Yeah. So with the protein, with the meal replacement, you find you get everything that you need in that one meal replacement. And it actually keeps you full.
I was just going to ask you, don't lie to us, Albert.
Yeah.
Does it keep you full?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to mention. So I'll give you an example, the ease of it. Right now, I am on a specific diet. So what I have in here, so this is just a beaker.
On that diet.
Yeah. So this is a beaker. What I have in here is actually heavy cream.
Okay, just heavy cream.
Heavy cream. I'm going to add some water because it's going to make it really thick.
Okay, and how much heavy cream is that, by the way?
This would be about 250 milliliters. Now, with this, the way I'm doing this, you just pour this here. You can add your protein in. Now.
Seems simple enough.
Yeah.
I can make that.
Because I've seen people like on social media, like I shared earlier, that they would just put the protein, put water, shake their head, and then they get going.
And then that's it.
And that's it.
Okay.
And that's your meal.
Well, yes. For this type of diet, I'm using heavy cream. This is not recommended. I'm not going to tell people to do this with heavy cream on a normal basis. It's just the type of diet I'm doing.
You're on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do people normally use then with that?
Typically, you can use water, milk, skim milk, or low-fat milk. I typically use coconut water when I'm not doing this meal plan that I'm on.
Okay.
But with this, if you are doing, like, if we have a client in the gym and they're doing what I'm doing right now, you make this like this, and actually, if you freeze it, it tastes just like ice cream, like vanilla ice cream.
Oh, nice.
Because it's just made with heavy cream.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah. Albert, so as we went on this conversation, so we're talking about supplements and people going for doing an assessment.
Yep.
And you mentioned Educogym focuses on the holistic approach
Yep.
when it comes to well-being. So can you share with our viewers the details on Educogym and how can they go about making their appointment? To
Get
know
a
what supplement is
consultation
right for
and all
them?
these
Yeah.
things.
All right. So as we explained, well, Educogym, unfortunately, just for now, is still in Belmopan. We are looking at getting another machine because I know Belize City has been asking for a while. So you can find us there. We're actually right below Bell Trade in Belmopan. Some people call it 2 Mountain View Boulevard or 3401 Mountain View Boulevard. But of course, we're on social media, so you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and also there's also our email address, which is educogymbelize@gmail.com. But you can contact us because we do offer online programs.
I was just ask if you
Yeah.
offer online consultations too
And
as well.
yes.
Because if I did a PG
Yeah.
or Coro, and I want to make sure I know how to live my life, I really want to be able to get that happening, right?
Yes. So we do offer online consultations and online trainings as well for people who are looking after that. And as I explained in the beginning, the supplements are, well, we do ship them countrywide.
Okay.
So we do have people purchasing supplements from different parts of the country because of the benefits that it produces. So if someone is looking or they want or they'd like to know just a bit more, you can always just contact us there or at my number, which is 615-7373. And based on what you're giving us, we will provide the best possible feedback to guide you along. Because what we really want to do, our goal is looking at, if you want to put it, impacting your life in a holistic way, or another way of saying is really increasing your life force.
So, guys, if you want to increase your life force, if you want to get a holistic approach on health, not just, I know how to do it, I'm just going to do it this way, but actually get experts to come in and give you a consultation, talk to you, ask you the correct questions, and then be able to build a plan around what you directly need. And for people in general, if you don't want to really go and do the whole gym lifestyle, you can still be able to do a consultation to figure out what supplements work for you too as well.
Yep.
At least do something. Mine, I'm guessing you could tell them you should do some walks or so and then take the supplements, something along the way, because it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do this hardcore gym or whatever it is, but it's about figuring out what works for you. I know as you age, sometimes we age gracefully, but our weight doesn't age gracefully with us. And so we want to be able to look our best in all manners. And so make sure you do your consultation, check it out, see what works for you. Tell a friend, tell a friend's friend. But thank you so much, Albert, for being here.
You're welcome.
For showing us a demonstration how easy. Don't make it with
Heavy cream.
Heavy cream, guys. He's on a different diet, but they're gonna tell you what diet you need to be on. So make sure to make a call, stop by if you can, do the video call or whatever it is, and find out how your health can be better for you. So with that, we go to our next commercial break. When we're back, we're gonna be talking about fake carbon credits. Very interesting topic to say because we're trying to get the real carbon credits. So what's happened with the fake stuff? We're going to be learning a lot more about that. Stay tuned.